they've had this long-standing policy, in case some of you might not know, that all pit bulls should be euthanized, which is odd since they call themselves people for the ethical treatment of animals. And that's just one of the things that is so fascinating about the way, from a writer's perspective, it's just kind of endlessly fascinating that there are people who think of themselves as being, the guardians of all animals except for the ones they want to kill. I mentioned the PETA policy and the dogs who found me, and I got this email of congratulations after I was on NPR from Ingrid Newkirk, who was like, congratulations on your book, and maybe we can work together.
Yeah.
And I wrote back and said, obviously you haven't read the book. Because I talk about your policy and blah, 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 blah. And then she wrote back again, and we got into this completely insane correspondence. So I said to her in one of my emails, you can have whatever opinion you want to have, obviously, but don't use pit bulls to raise money when your policy is that they should be euthanized. And she wrote back this crazy response about how she would be willing to compare checking accounts with me and see who was making more money, and
which makes her position right, I guess.
I know. What does that mean?
I know. And I wrote back and said, well, if you want to compare checking accounts, I'd be happy to do that because mine's empty. And then she wrote and said, well, if you need dog food, let me know. I'll send you some. And then I was like, okay, I can't keep responding to this crazy woman. But then I was doing an event in New York with a vegan group, and she sent somebody there to talk to me. And their message was, Ingrid's worried about you because she hasn't heard from you lately. And I said, you want to know why she hasn't heard from me? Because she's crazy. Again, there's so much screwed up philosophy around the way people think about pit bulls. Her argument is that the only way to save these particular dogs from being abused is to kill them. I mean, she literally will say that, which is just obviously...
I mean, it's her position that she just wants to eradicate the ones that she thinks are inbred with some,
No, her whole position is that there just shouldn't be any. There are plenty of other animals if people want an animal. And I mean, the truth is she was bitten by one at some point.
Okay.
And so she, she has a crazy vendetta. I don't want to go on and on about her because she's a horrible person. But she will, if there's a dog bite incident in a community, she will publish an editorial in the community paper saying that PETA, is so upset about this and that they want these dogs put to sleep. And it's the same editorial every single time. She just changes, a few words.